Hello there, welcome to Where's Wilmington. I'm Lisa Kapala-Egan. I am so excited for this guest to be here. We had to pull so many strings because she's so busy. I have with us today Kate Coraccio. You are the library director.
I am.
Welcome.
Thank you.
I know you've been over there for a little while. How long have you been actually over there doing your library thing?
So it's been about a month.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for taking time out of your busy day to be with us. And I know you would make the time anyway.
Of course I would.
So tell me a little bit about you and your history with libraries in general, and then we'll talk about the amazing vision you have for Wilmington.
I actually started my career as a high school history teacher and kind of quickly realized that wasn't for me. I really wanted to be able to teach all ages and deal with everybody from children all the way up to seniors and everybody in between, and try to figure out how I could impact their lives in a positive way. And that's when I discovered libraries. And I think I've been able to take all of the best part of teaching and integrate it into every single piece of being a public librarian. So I started at the Marlboro Public Library and was able to kind of grow my career from there. So I've spent time in Chelmsford as their marketing librarian, and moved from there to Natick at the Morse Institute Library, and spent a longer amount of time there and had several roles there, and really learned a lot at the Morse Institute Library, and then made my way over to Worcester, which was a whole different kind of library in the city.
That's a big city.
It's a very big city,
Right.
200,000 people, and had a number of different roles there as well. So, you know, being in Worcester, I kind of realized what I missed about my early career in librarianship was the connections that you're able to make in a small town. Right. And so I really started to look for a position that I could take in a town that had the feel of community that I was looking for. And Wilmington fit that bill to a T. And luckily they felt that way about me too. So we've really been making this a really fun adventure.
Okay.
And it's been a great experience so far. Everybody's been extremely welcoming. I've had, you know, patrons and people just come and say hi to me, and it's been really, really nice.
Nice. So obviously you're a lifelong learner. I'm getting that about you, right? So what skills or things in your toolbox as a teacher do you feel translate well to being a librarian or to being the director of a library?
Oh, there's a lot. So I feel like every single moment as a librarian is teaching, whether that's working with staff on development, whether that's working with community groups, or working with a patron one-on-one to try to get them whatever it is they need. One of the really unique things about libraries is that people come to us with all sorts of problems, issues, they're wanting to learn. And you know, it's one of those the last places that exist where everybody is welcome. There's no expectation of anything. Come in, we want you to be here, we want you to learn from us, we want to give you what you want. And we want to provide services from all different sorts of people for all different sorts of people. And so, you know, we talk a lot about the third place, right? Your home, your work, and what is your third place? And I think our goal is to make the library that third place for as many people as we can. So, you know, I think every day we're teaching, but on the flip side, every single day we're learning. So I've been doing a lot of learning recently, a lot of learning about Wilmington and the people of Wilmington and what they need and want from their library.
Okay. What is your vision? We only have 20 minutes for the library in the future. Because let's think about libraries now. I'm quite a bit older than you, right? But when libraries were a thing, they still are a thing. When I was a kid, you would go there, it was quiet. You know, it was for studying.
Not anymore.
We even had the little card catalog. You can Google it. Things that you
still
pulled
have
out,
one.
you know? So it's not like that now. And I think people are pretty aware that libraries have changed, and part of that is the climate and the way the world has changed. Mm-hmm. So what is your vision? And also, I know that you're trying to get people to come back to the library because of the pandemic and all of the challenges with that. And people really, truly are just starting to kind of come out and kind of be more involved in life. So
absolutely,
that's a big piece of the puzzle for you.
Absolutely. You know, I think in the library world, what we like to say is the only constant is change. And I think, you know, in libraries, we've been changing all along. The nature of communities have changed, of what they need and what they want has changed. Technology has been a huge change for us. You know, I think it was happening a little bit pre-pandemic, but especially during the pandemic, libraries did a great job showing people how to access our services without coming to the building. And we still want you to do that, right? Our ebook circulation is up.
And the collaboration between, can you explain what that is? I know what it is, but the collaboration between all the other libraries.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about
that. So we always say to people, you know, if you have an Audible subscription or if you are reading ebooks and you're paying for them, come to us because we can get them for you. We have an amazing app called Libby, Libby, and that is the app that all of the libraries, MVLC, which is our consortium, but all of the libraries in Massachusetts collaborate on providing ebooks and buying ebooks for access for anybody with a library card. And so you can go on there and it works just like a book that we would have in-house where you might have to put a hold on it. It might be available right away. There's amazing audiobooks. There's comic books. There's all sorts of materials for children and adults that you can get on and access for free that we're providing for you. And so it's a really amazing resource.
Wonderful.
And it's great for us.
So I think most of us know about the consortium, but that basically means if I want a book and you, the Wilmington Library, don't have it, I can get it from...
we can get it for you.
Maybe your friends in Worcester have it.
Absolutely.
Does that mean the book physically arrives in hand? Yes.
It does. So it does. So if you have a library card, you can either do it yourself, go online and put a book on, we call it putting a book on hold, or you can call us up and we can help you do that, or come down and we'll do it for you. But what that means is usually within a few days, it depends on what the book is and how much demand there is, but we can get that book for you, and we'll either give you a call or an email and let you know this book is here waiting for you, and you come in when it's convenient for you to pick it up.
That's amazing.
It's a really great service, and it really expands how much material we are able to get into the hands of the people of Wilmington.
And think how exciting that is. I know when I'm waiting for a package to arrive, I'm like looking out the window every minute, knowing my book is coming from wherever it is I asked for it from. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you think personally that the actual physical, tangible book will disappear?
That's a great question. So that has been something that has been said for years and years and years and years, and it hasn't happened yet. I think we are seeing an increase in people who are wanting the physical book, and it's of all ages. There's no one demographic who only wants the physical book. I think it's a pure preference, but we are absolutely not seeing physical materials decrease in circulation. And so I think there's a world where both exist. You know, we're investing in the digital books, the ebooks, but we're also investing in our physical materials. And so I think it's a good balance of both. There's nothing like holding an actual book in your hands and flipping through it. And I think as we're trying to be a little more cognizant of how much time we spend behind screens, since so much of our time is devoted to that, having a place where you can grab a book and sit and enjoy it is just, it's one of the greatest things that we can provide as a library.
Right. What I like about a physical book is the actual progress where you put your bookmark, you feel like, oh, I've achieved so much. But you know, you can do both. You can listen to it while you're reading it yourself too. So there's no reason you have to limit yourself to one particular pigeonhole or another.
Absolutely. We have a lot of patrons who will do that, or who will do the audiobook in the car, and then when they're home, they want the physical book. So there's definitely room for both.
Excellent. So we talked a little bit, we said we were going to talk a little bit about your vision.
Yes.
Now I know we have the Friends of the Library, which is a wonderful support, and Wilmington is a very supportive town, you know, and they're very good about giving anybody in the town really whatever they need. This is a very giving, generous town. But what is your vision for things you might like to improve on or make additions to? I mean, you just had a huge renovation too.
We did. So the renovation is finally finished. We are really excited about it. We had a ribbon cutting not too long ago to welcome everybody into the space. So, you know, I would say if you haven't come down to see it yet, please do. We get comments from patrons almost every day who say, oh my goodness, this place looks amazing. We've got beautiful study pods. We've got places where if you're a work from home person, come into the library and work out of there. We want you here. We have places for you to sit and plug in. So yeah, the new renovation is an amazing space, and we want you to come down and experience it. So I think as far as visioning for the future, we're looking at different things we can do. How can we improve our digital spaces? How can we make it easier for you to access materials? How can we improve our programming? We're going to be moving into strategic planning for the next 5 years very soon, and a huge part of that will be asking the public what they want. And we want to hear from everybody. Tell us what you want from us. Tell us what would be helpful in your new life. A lot of the information that we knew about our public pre-pandemic is now no longer true, or we're not sure if it's true. And so we want to know from the community what they need in our library so that we can start planning for the future. Okay. And so we are looking at more opportunities to expand beyond our 4 walls. Where can we do more outreach? Where can we meet people where they are to get them the services that they need? And we're exploring all of these things.
Okay, so I know you and I talked before we got on the air a little bit about some exciting things you're doing in November to actually serve the public. And we want to let people know that if you're watching this program and it's after November, you can still go visit.
You can.
But tell us a little bit about your opening up yourself to all of that. Tell us about that.
So I've only been in the library about a month, and there's only so much you can learn in that amount of time. And so one of the things that I'm going to be doing in November is hosting a few different coffee with the director sessions. You don't have to drink coffee. I will just have it there for you in case.
Okay, very nice.
Just come on down, drop in whenever during those times. I'm just going to be out and available to talk with you, get to know you, hear a little bit about what you like about the library and what we could be doing differently or better or improve on, or things that you see that would be really helpful that maybe we've done in the past or that we need to be doing in the future. So just an opportunity to have a back and forth and hear directly from community members. So we're really excited about that. So that'll be this November. But like you said, drop by anytime. If I'm in, I'll come out and say hi. Our amazing staff loves our patrons. They're one of the best staffs I've ever worked with, and they are so great at connecting with our community because most of them are part of the community, and that is so helpful. So they're great about passing feedback on. We just really want to know what everybody wants from their library so that we can work towards providing that.
Sure, meet the needs, right?
Yeah.
So I know that the interview process for getting this job was kind of arduous.
Yes.
Can you give us a little bit of behind the scenes of what that process was like?
Sure. Yeah, so it was actually a really helpful process for me too as a candidate, deciding if Wilmington was the right place for me. But, I was able to meet with their hiring committee, which was made up of member of staff, actually our retired assistant director, a couple of different people.
Probably someone from the Friends of the Library, someone from the board.
Yep, so I was able to meet with, we had another interview with the Board of Trustees. And I also got to meet with our town manager and have a one-on-one with him and have a discussion, which was really helpful. But it was a long process, but I was really, one of the pieces of it that really stood out to me was there's always a public interview with the board. And when I walked into that room and saw that the audience was, a large number, staff members, that was a huge green flag for me, that the staff really care about this decision and want to be a part of, seeing who's going to be the next director and have buy-in to the vision of what is the next version of the Wilmington Memorial Library. Right.
How did you feel on the day when you got the call or the email that said, you're in?
It was a wonderful feeling.
But then scary.
Very scary. I mean, it's, I think starting...
But challenging would be a better word.
Challenging is a great word. Yeah. I think starting anything new, a new job, it's scary. But I think I knew from the process, I had been able to meet so many people involved in the process that I knew I would be supported. Right. And I knew that, we would be able to, we were all looking at the future in the same way. And, you know, Danielle Masterson, the assistant director, is just absolutely impeccable. You know, she comes from a children's librarian background where I don't, and so we're a very good balance as far as a leadership team, where I was always in the adult stuff. I do have a 5-year-old son, but just the one, and as many children's books as I've read, that is not my specialty.
Right. But that's good that you can lean on your team.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, no, you know, president or executive director or head honcho can do it alone.
Absolutely
not.
So
you need your team.
Absolutely
not. I mean, that's why I think we have a cabinet for the president, right?
Right.
Because he can't know everything. So you've got to rely on other experts.
And we have an amazing cabinet at the library. We've got some amazing department heads and, you know, I think some really innovative positions that you don't see at all libraries. We have a marketing librarian who is absolutely awesome. We've got a technology librarian, Brad, who just, you know, puts his heart and soul into every single thing that he does. He's the one that people ask for the most. Where's Brad? Can you help me?
Right.
And he's always willing.
Right.
But yeah, we just have an awesome staff, you know, of librarians, all the librarians that work there. At the front desk, on the children's desk. Our pages are awesome too.
Your newsletter is amazing too. And your website too.
Yes.
But you know what's good about what I'm hearing you say? You're willing to hear their ideas.
Mm-hmm.
That's half of the battle for staff, feeling like they're heard. And so that's really good that you are relying on them to sort of help you along the way to get to the next level.
Thank you. I think one of the things that's really true about libraries is that your most avid readers are your circulation staff. Circulation is our, you know, our front desk staff that interact with our patrons and hear what they're reading and are excited to talk about, you know, whatever series is coming out. And it's a shame if you don't listen to that and hear their ideas. They have some of the best ideas.
I think that's a fabulous attitude.
Yeah.
Is there anything cool or a little something you could give us, a tidbit of something coming up that maybe we'd like to know so we can scoop it?
Sure. So our November, December calendar will be coming up very soon. So if you're seeing this before then, wonderful, you're going to get it very soon.
Can't wait, can't wait.
There are some amazing programs that are coming up. You know, Erin, our adult services librarian, is really knocking it out of the park. A lot of really cool things coming in December. You know, obviously our children's department is A+. They do an awesome job. So we're going to be going through some transitions there, but we've got some really cool programs for teens and for children coming up. You know, I think we're really looking for collaborations. We were able to do some really cool things. It was Library Card Sign Up Month in September, and we were able to do some really great collaborations with some local businesses, and I think we're looking to do more of that. And yeah, any way that we can work together with community organizations, we want to try to do it. And so we're going to be looking towards that. Nothing for prime time yet, but
all right,
we'll get there.
So we'll keep an eye on all
You
that.
should, yeah. We're going to be doing some really cool things coming up.
That's awesome. Well, you already do great stuff anyway, so I can't imagine even how much better you would make it. What do you need from the community, do you think?
That's a great question. So I think, you know, we've talked a lot about what we're really looking for is feedback. We want to know what you need. So that's the biggest thing. You know, I think always, if you can support our Friends organization, they do so much to support the programming that we do. We would not be able to do, you know, half of what we do without their support.
Right.
And they run the bookstore next door. So if you come to the library, you can also go next door to their bookstore. It's open Wednesdays and Saturdays 10 to 4. You can stop by there. There's an amazing group of volunteers that meticulously pick out every book that goes on the shelves there, and they do an amazing job, and every single book that you buy supports us.
Right.
And so that's a huge thing. If you're, especially during the holidays, we're coming up, if you're looking for, you know, you have a small child in your life, they go through books like crazy. You can, it's the best deal in town.
And they also do jewelry sales, you know, a special fundraiser they do during the year for that.
Yes.
A lot of cool stuff going on.
Yes, the jewelry sale is legendary. I knew about it even before I came here.
Right, so, great for shopping and gifting, and it's a win-win because you're supporting the community too. Yeah. Anything final, I think we've covered a lot, but anything final you'd like to say to the community or add before we close the program today?
I think just, again, come on down if you haven't come on down yet, and see the new space, and give us feedback for what you'd like to see in the future. The library is always changing, and we are open to trying different things, or, you know, just give us good feedback on what we're doing already, because the library has amazing bones, and they're doing really innovative things, and I think whatever the next version of the Wilmington Memorial Library is, we want everybody to be a part of that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Kate, for taking time out of your busy day
to come
and visit with us.
Yeah.
And we're going to be doing more of this kind of thing. So
yeah.
This is going to be great. Thank you so much for watching and listening today. And just remember, the next time somebody asks you, where's Wilmington, you tell them right here and right here on WCTV. Go to the library. I'll see you there.